What's up, everybody? Um, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on for the past couple, for a week or two, and there has been a giant theme that happened, especially in the black manosphere with certain people. And when I hear guys talk about self improvement, getting your money right and blah 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 and all this other stuff, I came to the conclusion that a lot of people put too much worth on female validation. But I wasn't gonna sit back and try to tell somebody else what they think female validation is worth. So I kind of looked at it like, let me revisit this again, because the self-improvement thing keeps coming up with a lot of people. But what they don't do is tell you the price of this self-improvement, and they don't really tell you how much worth it is for female validation and to have sexual relations with females. So I'm gonna break it down for you, and it's up to you what you think. So I did a video about self-improvement and the cost of self-improvement, and on the screen you have numbers right here, to how much it takes for self-improvement, and also after the fact with the women who supposedly you're gonna get after you self-improve. Make your own list. I use my list. This is costly for a man to maintain himself just to go get with women. The toll it's going to take on a person's psyche and financial is going to be tremendous. But no one tells you about this whole self-improvement piece, or tell you that a lot of guys already did self-improve, just women still don't like them because they're not the popular person. What they don't tell you is that most women want what other women want. They got a hive mind. They don't go after men who they see has no value to other women. That's something they don't tell you. So all of this that you're doing ain't for you, because like I said before, all you have to do is jog, lift weights in your house, eat right, and you won't have a gut. You will have an okay body. You won't be ripped to shreds, but you will have a normal body. So these people like you to believe that the self-improvement thing is all about hitting the gym, and that'll change the perception of people about you. It's something that happened with Obsidian, that people saying he need to go to the gym. But when I started seeing a lot of people video about Obsidian, they always making fun of how short he is. As I said in one of my other videos, it doesn't matter how big somebody is, muscle wise, people still gonna make fun of the fact that they're short. And they always got to bring something extra to the table. Now, do you want to always be a person who always have to bring something extra to the table just to be liked or just to be talked to by women? Because everybody throw these little experiences. Oh, it's a short guy who get women. He get bad women. How long did he talk to these women? How long does he put time into these women? Do he pay for these women? What kind of lifestyle he living? What kind of job and occupation he has? What he dress like? That all factors in on whether you get a female or not. despite you being short, fat, or whatever, or ugly. Now, I typed this up on Google, and it said it takes, to get a six-pack or to gain muscle, it takes about, you get 2 pounds of lean muscle per month. 2 pounds of lean muscle. That's by a professional. So a month at the gym, depending on how much that is. Now, here go my gym scale, because I didn't want to go full into it. So pretty much you're putting hours, you're rivaling hours of work put into the gym, plus the cost of maintaining your body, or building your body, the food and everything else, right? These hours are not small. These are hours that represent work hours. You got 6 hours. You got 3 hours, 3 times a week. That's 9 hours in a week. You go down the list, do that. So you try a month. That's 36 hours. A few other months, that's 108 hours. And 6 months altogether, that's 216 hours. I don't know if the calculation, but the fact is these kind of hours in the gym worth just getting a girl to look at you or talk to you? Is it really worth that? Because by that point, it ain't self-improvement no more. You doing it for a reason. And it ain't competition. Because half of these guys who walking around big, they're not really that strong. Because if they were that strong, they will be doing competitions on the side, or running marathons, or doing something that requires their body to require all the work they put in, like this, for them to show their so-called work. A lot of these dudes are not going to competitions because they're scared of competition. Real competition. They're a bunch of people, as I said before, they're like overlording guys. They're like going in a room full of losers and saying they're the winner. But they'll never go in a room full of winners and claim they're a winner. Because they'll know that everybody in that room will say, "You want to bet? Let's see who's better." Like I said in one of my videos, never take the advice of people who don't got rivals. Watch that video when I talk about these men who talk about self-improvement and everything else like that. Funny. This is the time you put in for female validation. Is it worth it to you to put these many hours in the gym and just get a high and a smile and what you want in the bedroom? So is it really worth it to have? Is it really worth it, all that hours you put and all that money you put in yourself for 5 minutes with a female, or 10 minutes? Does those many hours equal these many minutes with women, with that one woman who will come into the trap of what you just did. All that money and all the many hours in the gym, all that self-improvement hours that are just as relatable as it mirrors your work time. So you're putting in as much work time to get the validation in this sex as you doing as you want to get paid. So look at this. Thousands of dollars, hours in the gym, all that therapy, all that other stuff, just for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours. Can anyone say in their life they ever got all of their investment that they did to get women back in the sex minutes and the sex hours that you put in with a woman? Can anyone say that? Even if you have a so-called wife or girlfriend, did you ever get all the work and all the things you did for her back to you in a sexual way, even in a financial way, or even in the hours she put into you? A lot of guys don't care to compare and write down how much hours and how much stuff they put together and how they woman really likes them and really want to put more work into them, like they put their work into themselves just to get this one woman and just to have sex with her. When you look at it like this, it's like, why? This is one of the reasons why a lot of guys say they get nothing back. Are you willing to lose? Are you willing to lose all of your freedom because a female had a mood swing, or she got mad one day and cheated on you and you went out and snapped out? Are you willing to put your own worth and value for a woman and her validation? You willing to get yourself in jail or a situation where you will lose everything for her? Are you willing to keep putting down payments on this woman's love and attention by making her happy? Because that's what it is. You are paying her bills to make her love you and like you. You're fitting an image that she wants. That is your price of her validation. With some men than most. We know the women who put up lists like this and make certain guys pay. But what they don't tell you is those guys who do get women so fast, they pay a good price too. They just don't pay it up front. They're in debt with themselves. Either their souls is bankrupt, or they pretty much are bleak people. Women don't have the list like this for the guys they like. But they have other requirements for them. At least you can know that you're paying, at least the guys that they use know what it is. But the guys who really sit back and think it's easy and it's free, they don't know that he's being used as well. But he think he living in cloud nine until the female turned on him, put him in jail, and now he's sitting in jail mad at the world. And then when he comes out of jail, the same guys he talked about, he want to be next to in movements, MGTOW, and all types of other movements that's out there for men to gain an advantage, right? Female validation means you're going to get attacked by the men who do get validation from women. They call you names, they shame you, and they act like women. Just like how women act, just like how the opposite side will have women act when they see a female who don't fit in, they attack her. You ever see a female who doesn't act or dress like everybody else, but for some reason all the women around her don't like her? These men that get these women, they take a lot of different things from these guys, from women mostly. They take some of their attributes from women. As many times as they kiss and touch and get the sex for free, they transmit some of their energy, and they spend so much time with women talking to them. It's not a male and female balance for them to understand that if they're around a woman for too long and they cater to women for too long, they're going to start taking on women traits. So then every time they see a guy who speaks something differently, they come out the mouth or they attack you. But this is all for female validation. They ever throw another man into the bus, talk about another man, put him down and burn bridges just like females do, before they would ever throw away their validation that they got from women. This is why it's dangerous to go into situations where you know certain guys in certain areas, and if all of them can get women and you speak differently, they attack you for being who you are. Now, the self-improvement thing again, right? A lot of people never understand that in America, we have 38,477 gyms in America. Some of these gyms are made for women. We have millions and millions of people, millions and millions of men, in this case, black men. Not everybody can be in a gym. If that was the case, that means the gyms will all be packed with just men. So when they tell you to self-improve and, self-improve and get your game up and step your game up and blah, 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 turn it around and say, what about the women? If every black man is in 10,000 gyms, what are the black men getting out of that when they step out of the gym with better bodies? Are they getting women who are fit as well? Or are you just telling me to self-improve, so you just tell me to shut up? Because show them this, that there's not enough gyms in America for everybody. I mean, if all these men went to the gym, the prices would skyrocket. And it would be too expensive for men to jump in the gym. But on the opposite side, there is enough gyms for women. You know why? Because we live in a society where it caters to women. If all the women decide they want to start going to the gym, there will be at least 20,000 more gyms in America being created to cater to women going to the gym. And the prices will be low. Deals will be made. So I call bullcrap when you're telling guys to go self-improve, when there's not enough room in the gym for every black man you telling to self-improve. This is the cost of having a girlfriend or even a wife. These are high prices that this is life. This is high level life money changing things, right? This is money that someone literally saved that summed up their whole life of saving money on a female. It's crazy, man. That you could be spending this a year if you had a girlfriend with these high standards. These are the prices for, the men that they want to pay their bills and everything else. I'm telling you right now, female validation is expensive. Female validation has a dark side to it. The money, the way you treat other men, the way you overall look at the world when it's distorted because you have a validation from females. Well, that's for another video. So every female want a guy who got a six-pack. So officially it says it takes 3 months or 1 year, depending on where you start or how quick you able to burn and exercise. 3 months or a year to get a six-pack for women to ooh and eye you. But the funny thing about having a six-pack and these guys talking about self-improvement and validation is that you have a shirt on. I mean, I seen one of these YouTubers on here say that one of the stupidest things I ever seen. This is why you go in the gym. So when it's in the summertime, you can show your arms. There's a heat wave outside. Who would want to be outside? And it shows you that these dudes telling you self-improvement, they're telling you dumb crap. Because guess what? They're doing the self-improvement for the females. Never in my life when I ever seen people who in competitions and work out, power lifters, where they cared about women looking at their muscles. They care about competing. They're always in the gym. Like this one female that I'm gonna show after this I'm done with it. She is a CrossFit enthusiast. She's constantly in the gym. She's in the gym more than she's in the gym more than she goes out. Every single one of her pictures is her in the gym working out. That's what happens when you're in competition and you really are about competing. You don't have time for social events. You don't have time for all that. You don't care if people look at your body and like your body. You don't care about it. Because you still upgrading yourself for the next competition to beat somebody. Now, here she go. Ugh. If you go on her Instagram, when I did my research on her, and I did a whole bunch of research on a whole bunch of things, you will see that she's constantly in the gym. You got very little pictures of her out and about with people. And pictures of her showing off her body, maybe for promotional purposes. That's it. But she's back in the gym. So when these guys talk about self-improvement, wouldn't you rather hear it from a professional or a bodybuilder or somebody who's in competition and get it from a person who's always in competition mode instead of somebody who's sitting back talking about you gonna go to the gym for no reason? As I said, you do what you want. But what is female validation worth to you? You gotta ask yourself that. Because a lot of men who don't take advice from these dudes who's talking about, Roger Allen Curry. This is coming from a dude who says he talked about Incel Island, but the dude's hairline is all the way back in his head. Dude has a gut. He's not physically fit. He has a bad kidney. But he's talking about getting women. Then you had, that other guy who looked like a mailman, but he's saying he was select. Then you got another YouTuber on here who got 10 or 15 titles of incels, but this dude don't even look like he can even cut it in a dating market. Then you got a guy who coined terms, and he's shorter than anybody else out on YouTube. But at least I can say he stay out of it. And then you got another dude who told me that I don't know what I'm talking about, but he was in the gym for almost more than a year, and he still didn't get the body he wanted. He just in the gym just to promote his channel. All these people you taking advice from, and one guy on here, all the women think sexy, but he got dyslexia. If he really talking about self-improvement, why didn't he fix his dyslexia? Because there's ways for you to fix your dyslexia. There's ways for you to do that. It's a learning disability. So you have that, but you're talking about self-improvement and you doing consultations with guys, but you're not even improving your own self so you can learn how to read better. Hey man, a lot of these guys are lost who take advice from these people, but I'm trying to show you the light of, how much you willing to pay in order for the validation and sex from a woman. How much who are you willing to pay? How much you willing to give of yourself just for that 5, 10, 20, an hour, 2 hours with a woman? Or to have her laugh in your face and her being around you and you feminine energy and all this other crap. Then you got another guy in here that I don't want to say. He talks about traveling and talking about he gets women, but he can't even fix his teeth. He gets money, but he can't even fix his own teeth. It's a lot of guys in the black sector that got problems, and they're trying to give out advice, but they're not fixing themselves. At least if you give advice, you can at least get your teeth fixed, because you got so much money. But hey, you put your value and your own worth against the validation of women.